Evening, everyone. If we can ask you to use the raise hand feature if you have a question to ask, and we'll come round to you. I will start off with Tom Barkley.
Ralph, that was an excellent performance from your team, all over the pitch. What impressed you most about it?
Yeah, tough to say. The first 30 minutes were exceptional, good. I think they have done everything what we wanted to do. We had also a little bit possession, which is important against this team, and scored a beautiful goal. But they have more gears than we have, and when they switch in the next gear and you cannot follow because you are struggling in the second half for having possession and you're only 26%, this is normally not enough. I mean, it is super tough against them. They find solutions for every way you want to press them and find the gaps and really push you back on the edge of your box, and we couldn't release the pressure in the second half, and this was tough because then you make mistakes, they get it, and they never let you breathe. They come again and they come again, and then you need to have the moment where you let them a little bit run. And we tried it, and the players also tried in the second half, but you could see that it was getting tougher and tougher because we get tired and we make a few mistakes. And then in the last 20 minutes, 15 minutes, it was again the game what we had in the first half. Moments where we let them run, where we create a chance. We had a good chance from Broch before the equalizer, and when we make the second goal, I think it's even harder for them. So didn't take any risk with the yellow cards, all the players off to change the players there, and in the end you need everything. You need luck, you need super goalkeeper today, and super goal what we scored, and then you can take something against them, and this was super tough.
Can I just ask about Mohamed Salisu? He obviously didn't feature much last season, and he was fantastic tonight. And to be honest, every time I watch him, he's been getting better and better. Did that first season help him get to where he is now, in terms of just adapting to Premier League life and life in England? Because now we're really seeing the benefits of it.
Yeah, this is not something new that we know that new players need to adapt to the Premier League. Sometimes it gets a little bit longer. He had a long problem with injury, with not being fit, and that took a little bit. But we always said to him, "Take your time, come." He was coming in the first half year, didn't train with the team. I mean, it's hard for a new player when you are in such a situation. But then you go through, and we always spoke about the long-term project we have with him. Give him the time to adapt to our game. Give him the time to be fit enough for our game. And now you see how strong he is and how good developed we have him.
Thanks, Ralph.
Thank you, Jordan. Good evening, Ralph. Could you just sum up your emotions at the end of the game? We saw you punch the air a few times. I mean, were you walking on cloud nine at that point?
I was only tired from the unbelievable effort, also from my point outside, but even more from the players inside. I mean, how much they were sprinting today and throwing in every shot, and was unbelievable to watch. They have done it once away in the Etihad. That you can do it again is even more remarkable for me, because they had also now a week to prepare. They came with the best team they have after this game, also a week to recover like we have. And it is amazing to go here and not losing this game and really fighting for the point and deserve it to get it because of our effort and of our passion we have put in.
Ahead of the game, you said there was no chance you were going to park the bus, and your tactics, especially in the first half, were incredibly aggressive, leaving two strikers up top, trying to catch them on the counter. Was that clearly a deliberate thing you've noticed, that you could exploit them that way, which is, is a risk on your behalf?
Yeah, you have seen in the second half, when you only defend deep, how tough it is then to defend your own goal. Yeah? And they are too good. They find solutions. I mean, even if they have not a real nine, they are entering the box with so many players, and it's always tough to defend it. But you had to do it in this half, in the second half. The strikers did a fantastic job. They had to work so hard against the ball. That is maybe the reason why Broch didn't finish the one action where he had a big chance, because they had unbelievable work to do against the goal today. But they did it in a fantastic way, and I must say, this is how you have to fight for your club and for your team, and I'm very proud of them.
You mentioned after the game that you were exhausted given the kind of intensity of it. Is that something that often gets forgotten, due to how Man City play? It's so quick, it's non-stop, that you're constantly like following the ball, thinking of what's the worst thing that could happen here. And
Yeah, I mean, this is the reason why I have the highest respect from this manager, because for me, he's the best in the world. And to be twice unbeaten against him means a lot to my staff, because we were so hard working, my analysts, my assistant coaches, everybody, and also to this team, because when you see how hungry they are, that they don't want to drop points, and even in the end they are, 11 points ahead, and they can also say, okay, we take the point. No, you have always a feeling they hate to drop points. And when you see this, by the way, we dropped today again 2 points, so for your statistics, so you can also say we cannot win games after being in the lead. But yeah, I think
we'll let you off today, I think.
Okay. Now then we are okay.
Just finally from me, on ahead of the last game at the Etihad, I know you said you watched the Leipzig game where they beat City in the Champions League, and that was your inspiration. What was your kind of inspiration for this one? Did you just show them clips of what they did at the Etihad, so you could show them that we've done this before, let's do it again? Our
last game was a very good role model. I think we did it better there than today, to be honest. But I think they had also today more energy, even more quality on the pitch. Their best team, I think. It's clear that they also had a few new ideas what they want to do. And then it makes it super tough. We changed the shape one time in the first half. It did not work. It was not helping us. So we stayed in a 4-2-2 in the second half, and with a few adaptations from how we want to send them, in what positions we want to bring them. But yeah, super tough. Still was not able to defend everything.
Thank you, Ralph. Enjoy the break.
Thanks, yeah.
Good evening, Ralph. Congratulations on a good point there. I've just seen you speaking to Pep out on the pitch here. What can you tell us about what was said between you two there?
No, it's for us. As I said before, he's, for me, the manager I respect. I don't want to say for most. I have a lot of respect from all managers, but he's, for what he does, and he's such a role model for a lot of things. Also from the respect he has when he loses games, and this is what I like the most on him, I must say. It's not easy for him, and you could see that he really wanted to win today. But for us, it is always a super challenge, and I like to play against him, even if we lose the most times. But it is super challenging, and makes you better as a manager, definitely.
You can't tell us what he said to you or what you said to him, then.
No, I can't. Don't tell him what I said to him. But it's everything is good.
No, I understand. Just a couple more from me, if you don't mind. Firstly, on Kyle Walker-Peters, do you feel like that there is, or there will be, any less pressure to bring Tino Livramento back from injury because Walker-Peters is so good at right back?
No, I hope he's soon back, because we need every player at the moment. We have after the break, we have, I think, 5 games in 2 weeks, so we need every player, and especially when you want to switch and a little bit taking care of the workload, then you need to have alternatives. And can you imagine that we would have only one right back this season with Tino and he's out, and then you're struggling like we have done in the last year? So it would be horrible. And this year we said we need to have a bigger squad. We have, especially on this fullback position, we have more alternatives. Even Romero today was important on the left side. Did also a good job today. And this is massive for us, definitely.
Yeah, just finally for me then, on sort of injuries, Nathan Teller not here today. Is it a minor injury for him? How is he?
A groin injury, so not that bad, but we didn't want to take the risk. And after the break, he will be back.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much, and congratulations again, Ralph.
Thanks, Leon.
Okay, Rob.
Yeah, hi, Ralph. I know you said you dropped points today, but was that the first 55 minutes were absolutely superb? Is that one of the best performances from the whole team you've had in your time at Southampton, would you say?
We always speak about this unbelievable opponent, and when you see what we did the first 55 minutes, yes, it was very, very good, definitely. I think in the second half we were dropping then a little bit of intensity, and also the possession stuff was not good enough then, and this can cause you some issues. I think 26% haven't been the best, to be honest. You have to have more normally when you want to take something against Man City. It was not enough for me. But I could see that they still tried it, and we made mistakes. But when I would see that they don't even try it, then I would be more angry about it. And so I could say, okay, they tried it, then they lost it, okay, and then we had to fight again against the ball. But I could see that they wanted to follow the plan, and this was for me the most important part, because what I hate is when we are not brave enough and don't try. This is what I hate the most.
They'd worked so hard for that first 65 minutes. Wasn't it inevitable that eventually City would come and your team would tire?
Yeah, it's an open secret that I want to have 5 subs. That would help me massively. Yeah, then we can keep the intensity of the game on a higher level. But we have to handle with the 3 subs, and this is tough against this team.
Thanks very much.
Hi, Ralph. Congratulations on that performance and result. I was just wondering if you could expand on what's happened with Jack Grealish and Romeo in the tunnel.
Nothing what I should speak about here. They had a conversation, and everything is good.
Okay. In terms of more generally, you guys cope very well with Grealish today. You've set teams up against him a lot over the years. I mean, how do you think he's playing at the moment? What is he looking like a different player at City?
Yes, because he plays a different position. He has to play in the center very often now, and yeah, this is not so easy for him. I think against us it's always a little bit more difficult because we are ball oriented, and that means you always have to play against 2 or 3 men at the same time, and this is not so easy for him. Makes it harder for him with his dribblings. But he's still a fantastic player, and I'm sure that he will also, in the future, have a big impact in the city.
Thanks.
Congratulations, Ralph. I believe only Liverpool have a longer unbeaten home run than you in the Premier League at the moment. How have you managed to make this place so good for you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We don't do anything different to the away games this season. We are taking more points at home. I'm very happy that we can put this early good starts always on the pitch, that immediately freshes up the crowd and make them wake up, and then we have a fantastic atmosphere in the moment in the stadium. To really must say that, it makes much more fun to play here, and hopefully we can keep this unbeaten run for a longer time.
Just on the crowd, how impressed were you with the maturity of that performance today? Because there was some moments where the fans were getting excited, the stadium was loud, but your players played to their own tempo throughout. They didn't get too excited by it all.
Yeah, but you have to do it. I mean, this was the biggest topic this week. We made a clear message what we want to do with the ball, that we have to be calm there, that we have to keep the balls, and that we have to let them run in some moments to get a little bit of energy also of them, because otherwise they play around and then you're only struggling and they have the energy, and this is what you have to change then. And in the end, it was much better then. There's always still a threat when you lose the ball because you also get tired for a counter-attack. But we tried it, and this was good.
You mentioned Teller. How was Nathan Redmond? He came off at the break. Was that an injury or tactical?
Oh, tactical.
Okay, brilliant. Lastly then, what's the plan now for the next 2 weeks through the break? I think your players have probably earned a few days off, haven't they?
Yeah, good recovery. They deserve to have a few good days off, and I think we need to freshen up our minds. It was a tough, intense time. We had taken a lot of points, and now we have to recover well. And then we have another intense time, Coventry, and then we play Tottenham and Man United in the league immediately. So another 2 super tough challenges, but this is good to have.
Thanks, Ralph.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, thanks very much, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Record.